What is up? Welcome back to the CA Power Player Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins. I am back from a trip. I am in the office. I'm about to get to our special guest. I'm also rocking like a cream-colored hoodie. You'd normally see me in like a pullover or a maybe a dress shirt. Probably more of a CA polo normally, I'm guessing. I don't know. You can tell me what you're used to. I'm excited for today because if you're a insurance agent that would like to add more life insurance, or if you are a life insurance agent that would like to double your amount of production, either way, maybe P&C, Medicare, health, whatever, you want to sell more life, great. You don't sell as much as you would like to, or you want to double, also phenomenal. You're going to love today's episode. He was on the channel probably about 3 or 4 months ago. Really impressive organization. Him and his business partner, Ben, are crushing it at helping insurance agencies sell more life insurance with one specific tool. It's actually a video, very unique. You're going to love the episode. We're going to dive into processes and ways to sell more life insurance. They even have a free ebook at their website, which I think is insuranceagencytraining.org. And up in the right-hand corner, top right-hand corner, there's a button for a free ebook that'll lay all of this out. And you'll even learn some stuff, whether you use the video or not. But after today, you'll definitely want to use the video. Either way, welcome back from Insurance Agency Training, Randy Thompson.
Thank you, Cody.
Thank you, buddy.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. We had some really good feedback from the last video we did together. Really good viewership. Talked about, hey, the best tool for life insurance agents. I wanted to kind of cater this one to, okay, how can an agent add a lot more life insurance or double their life insurance production? And it's January 13th as of recording this, so in 2025 and beyond. Before I get to that, for those that maybe didn't check out the first video, what is it that we're referring to? How is it even possible to do this?
So in regards to the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the video is a 4-minute animated instructional video that just teaches customers and agents alike. You can use it in training format or in a customer-facing type situation where you can text, email, or share it with the client in a face-to-face appointment. That just talks about the difference between term and permanent insurance. And we use an analogy of stairs and buckets, right? Concept of stairs, where a rate will climb over time, or a bucket, a place where you can store cash and accumulate wealth for later. And it's a very quick little a video that's extremely effective, and we have found that it'll double to triple your premium on your sales just by utilizing that in your conversations with customers.
It's wild. Literally, if you're like, hey, I do $100,000 a year, okay, you can do 200 to 300, you know, without seeing more people.
Yep.
Obviously, we'd love to see more people. That's part of the business, but without. And two, you've shared, because if you think about it, like, okay, I had an agency reach out to me yesterday. And she was like, hey, I think she was like, I would like to figure out a way for my agents to get like general life insurance leads or final expense or term or whatever, and then play a video so that I can like take out some of the pieces that are harder to duplicate within a sale maybe. And I would like for them to find other opportunity. And I'm like, I'm thinking, we got just the dude for that, right?
Yeah, just play stairs and buckets. They'll do the job for you.
It's cool.
In reality, it'll take in 4 minutes what would take you 2 or 3 hours to do with a customer in multiple appointments.
And if you think about it too, like here's why I like the concept. You know, if you guys are, whether you understand what we're talking about or not quite yet, what's cool about it is if you think about this, think about the best life insurance agent you know. Okay? You got them in your head. And don't picture me because it's not me anymore. It's been forever since I've sold. Maybe Randy. Okay, picture Randy, right? Whoever that is, right? And if you think through that, and you're like, okay, got him, her, whoever. I know some females that do, women that do millions in life insurance that are freaking incredible. I thought of several actually when I said that. So either way, you got somebody, good. Now, if you could bottle up what they say in 4 minutes, and they got it like really tight and perfect and concise, and it's 4 minutes of education on how and you could show that to every client moving forward, and it would double and triple your sales. And oh, by the way, that tool, hypothetically, costs you less than one additional sale per year, and you could bottle that up, I'm assuming most people would love to be like, you know what? If I can find an amazing person to bottle it up and I can just play it for somebody, right? That's how you then, the reason I mention it, that's how you then start to duplicate success. I think a lot of agencies, everybody's doing something different. Mm-hmm. It's randomness in motion. It's chaos. You have some people do really good, some people do terrible, and they're jealous of people that are doing well, and they're like, how are they doing this, right? Well, you've found ways within your own agency, right? And you're with one of the largest insurance carriers in the world, focused on the life and P&C side, and you crush it and are one of the top in the industry, one of the top in the country within that, and top in the industry. Yep. And you have found ways to duplicate systems and processes within an agency through multiple people. Yeah. Where does that come from? Because I think, like, we talk about the tool in the video and how amazing it is, but I think it's also the mind of, like, how do I duplicate success amongst a group of different types of personalities, different experience level, different abilities?
So in my former life, I was a teacher and a wrestling coach.
Okay.
Right. And one of the things that I think I took from that former career was the need to have a process or a system that could be replicated by advanced wrestlers or beginner wrestlers or anybody in between. And we've done the same thing. And what we did is we created the very best and condensed it right down into, you don't need to work harder. There's a lot of people out there saying you got to grind, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, because I think work ethic is key in this business. But we need to work different. And if you have the right tools in place and you know how to use that tool, that's where the success comes. And so the whole concept behind this was the idea that I could scale this. If I could get what I was trying to do with my customers replicated so that I could have 20 employees all doing it. Yeah. All of a sudden I could 20 times my results.
It's cool.
Right? And that was the whole reason behind creating this tool, and the other tools that we now provide is what takes people to $1 million a year in revenue.
It's amazing. You know what's interesting is it's kind of like, this is going to seem like an infomercial. I'm not doing it for that purpose. But we always felt like it was hard to duplicate our salespeople and grow our sales team. Yeah. Right now is the easiest it's ever been, right? We had 3 start last Monday. We're going to have another 3 start next month. We're going to fill this place up. Mm-hmm. But we have 24 total spots. We have 12 total reps right now. Okay. We're half full. But once we had it to where we had a standardized, not only script, but also, like, okay, one of our products is CABOOM Leads. We have a standard, which you guys use with the video, right? Which is cool. We appreciate that. But now all the verbiage and the language is on the site.
Yes.
So now everybody's saying the same thing.
Yes.
Instead of, like, people just filling out a piece of paper and putting it in Slack and sending it off to the billing team and anybody saying whatever they wanted, it is all standardized across the
operating procedure, right?
Yes. Across the whole site. I never realized how much it would help not only the general population, but how much it would help our internal team with standardizing the communication of what we're doing.
Well, and as a teacher, as a coach, as a business owner, as a leader, you can hold your team accountable. You can train and measure them when everybody's got the same expectation, the same training. So actually, that's probably one of the most important things that we do in order to train our team, is to have it standardized.
It's cool. I think more agencies need to do that for sure. This is obviously a piece. What y'all do at insurance agency training, you have several different pieces to help with that. Is it everything an agency needs? No, but is it a really good piece that you must have? 1,000%. Also, you said something a second ago too about grinding and working. And even though I do agree that most people do need to work harder, there is 1,000% always ways to work smarter. Like, we're rolling out a site with you as a mentor called Mentor Ready here in the near future. That may be, depending when you're watching this, it allows agents to get access to industry experts. But the reason we're doing that is there are ways to work smarter, and when you can have access to a Randy Thompson, and he can mentor you and his company can help you if he has, call it information, shortcuts, tools that can help you sell more, sell faster, maybe not spend as much time on certain areas. That can 1,000% help. Now, a lot of people need to work harder, yes, but you could work really hard, but if you're doing it in the wrong way,
absolutely.
Or you could want to work hard, but if you don't know how to get in front of people, you're just working just to work, you know?
Absolutely.
Because your office even went to a 4-day work week.
Yeah.
You told me to do that. I'm like, what was my first response?
Hell no, I'm not going to do that.
I'm like, why would I do that, bro?
Cut production.
Yeah.
Actually, is just the opposite that happens, though, right?
It's wild because of what you shared with me at a retreat we were doing together here months ago. Yep. I then went to my executive team, and you said, try it or ask the team or get their feedback. And so I did. And we went to where we made our Monday through Thursday lunches 30 minutes instead of an hour. We then took those 2 hours. We then took away the lunch on Friday. We now get out at 1:30 on Fridays. We were 7:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. We're now 7:30 to 4:30 Monday through Thursday. 7:30 to 1:30 on Friday.
How's the team feeling?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
And how's your production?
Morale, production's up.
Yep.
We've had our best couple months in company history. We had our biggest week the last week of the year. We had our biggest month, December. Awesome. Biggest month ever was December, which is wild. That's never been the case.
You wouldn't think that'd be the case in December, huh? With Christmas and everything.
It used to be terrible, right? There's other factors to that, but that's helped. The morale's great. If our sales reps still want to sell and earn commission, they can, and they still do, by the way. But they're almost like more excited and willing to do it because we gave them more time off.
Yeah.
It's strange how that works. It's like optional, and more freedom creates more like loyalty and excitement. But then it has helped with, it'll definitely help with the retention. Recruiting, I've been flabbergasted by how much people are like excited that because once you start working till 1:30 or you start having the day off, half day off, whatever. You had an experience like that where someone turned down, I think it was more money because they were going to have to work on Friday somewhere else.
Yeah, 2 team members that had off offers to make about 15, 20 grand a year more than what they were making, but they would have to work a full 5-day week. So
did you implement was there other incentives to help make that up in some way where
they
have ways to make more money?
Oh yeah. Because their income's based off of base plus commission. Cool. So they can, but they were more concerned about that time, recognizing that time off was part of their compensation package that they would lose.
True.
That was a big deal.
Super valuable.
There's something about this 4-day work week that's a lot like athletics. And you were a college basketball player.
Yeah.
And you knew that the off season was a time for your body and your mind to reset, recover, recuperate, so that you can come back stronger, right? Professional athletes have to have an off season too.
Oh my gosh.
And so do our teams. Imagine. Our teams will get burned out if they're just go all the time. Yeah. And so there's something about the mental and emotional state of our people and us. That's why we need a little time to refresh and recover and then come back stronger.
Why do we underestimate that too?
I don't know.
It's almost like we mentally train ourselves to be like the toughest, craziest, strongest, hardest working people in business. But that's what it takes to succeed as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But not as a leader.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I would.
How because it's like, okay, because we coach power players, agency owners that are trying to scale, right? And you've scaled very well. Yeah. But most people we hang out with haven't figured it out yet. So when that's the case, though, they are then trying to take all of those things that made them a successful entrepreneur and like force that on everybody else. It doesn't work with leadership and trying to rally people, and maybe it can temporarily. Typically doesn't work long term.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I tell my team all the time that the strongest muscle in your body is that 3 pounds of gray matter between your ears. And we got to take care of that.
Amen.
Or the rest of the body doesn't function.
No.
And so, little secret sauce. I'd encourage everybody to consider this. So,
it is secret sauce. Phenomenal. Yeah. It's been intriguing, growing and developing and building something is far different than selling something.
I would agree.
Yeah. It's that's why a lot of people can succeed selling by themselves, but building something where they're training and helping other people,
leading others. Yeah.
Gosh dang it. It's very, very difficult, very challenging. Going back to, so like an agent can implement the video strategy, stairs and buckets.
You bet.
And they can 2 to 3x the amount of premium they sell per case, right? Okay, cool. How are agencies utilizing this when they have a team or a downline? What does that look like outside of just them? Same thing? Is it different? How does that work? What's the strategy and like the implementation process? Like someone that's not using this, but they're trying to sell more life insurance.
I'm going to tell you that and I've mentioned this before. If anybody's listened to me, I'm a big believer in this. If you want to sell Bibles, you got to talk to the Christians because they're the ones that read that book. Mm-hmm. And years ago, I had a coach that taught me if I wanted to sell life insurance at a high level, start with the people that have already purchased life insurance from you in the past. They're already one you have a relationship with. They've already got the product, so they believe in something.
Yeah.
So I would say the very first step is start with your entire existing group of customers. Invite them to either come in or have a Zoom meeting or a phone call. Share with them what their own policy is that they've got. Mm-hmm. Share with them stairs and buckets. And then ask them if they'd like to convert. Ask them if they'd like to upgrade. Ask them if, hey, Cody, if this is good enough for you, why aren't we doing this on your wife? Or, hey, Cody, if this is good enough for you and your wife, why aren't we doing this on your kids, right? And these kind of conversations load up the sales. That in and of itself is probably the easiest way to make $100,000 in the next month. Just call your existing clients.
Wow.
And then have a process where every single year you do that. January through April is the busiest time of year for me and my agency because those 4 months are loaded with all of our life insurance customers, and we're bringing them in and we're having their annual reviews and we're upgrading, we're converting to larger policies because they're our believers and they're willing to come in and meet with us. And it's just amazing what happens.
It's cool.
So that's an easy first step for anybody.
Yeah, to that point, would you say, if I said, would you rather convince someone to buy life insurance that doesn't own it, or would you rather help someone with more life insurance that already owns it?
Yeah. I mean, it's a no-brainer, of course.
So most people, though, most new agents, they assume their natural assumption. It 100% is that if somebody owns it, they can't help them.
Yeah, they're missing the boat. Yeah, this is the big disconnect in the industry. And I'm going to tell you, everybody take note and write it down. If you want to sell Bibles, talk to the Christians. They're the ones reading that book.
I love that you always add, because they're the ones who read that book.
Yeah. I
Good.
mean, really.
Good.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you own life insurance, you obviously believe in it. You care about somebody. You want something to happen. So go to it. And I need
to read that book more, by the way. There's a lot of Christians that we probably don't read as much as we should. But guess what? We still have a better chance of selling us a Bible if that is the case, right? Whatever the circumstance is. But yeah, that's cool. That's good.
Here's the other thing. I don't know if you've seen the price of milk or eggs or gas the last few years, but everybody's feeling a pinch. Mm-hmm. And what life insurance was going to do for your family 3, 4, 5 years ago may just not do the same amount today. So we often say, is this enough?
That's good.
Yeah,
because what's the biggest reasons why a family would need life insurance?
The most common, the 3 most common that we run into is, I want to replace income if something happens to me. I need to have my mortgage paid off. Or I'm buying this because I want to accumulate wealth for my family and for our future. Those are the 3 main reasons, right?
And do you cover some of that in Stairs and Buckets?
Absolutely. Yeah. And our other, we have 7 different tools on our website that people have access to. and you just have to decide what package you want to, purchase. And
What's the largest package and what's the smallest?
So
Just
our
from a range standpoint.
basic stairs and buckets package, which is the one video that really sells a lot of basic life insurance and permanent coverage, is $59 a month. $59. So for $600 a year, basically the price of one life policy sale that you're going to make, it'll pay for itself, and you're in the clear after that.
That's amazing.
And then we have another subscription that has access to everything, and that's $4,000 a year, and you have access to everything, and we guarantee you'll make $100,000 a year in income if you use those 7 tools. I always say it'll work if you do.
Yeah.
And then we have a lifetime package for $15,000, and for $15,000 you pay once and you never pay again. You get 52 trainings a year. Every Monday we do live trainings for our users, and then we have a big conference study group meeting in June every year in Wyoming that we invite you out to if you'd like a private study group meeting with us,
awesome. With
several hundred of the best agents in the country.
Yeah. And the top one's how much?
$15,000.
15.
Yeah. And it's a one-time deal, and that you have access to not just our existing content, but all future content too.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You guys keep developing and implementing. And too, like, you could have stopped. This is what I love about you and Ben, is you could have stopped at like, we've got one video, stairs and buckets, that thousands of agencies are using, by the way. How many?
We've got probably 3,000.
Around 3,000, approximately. That speaks volumes, by the way. Actively using this on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. But still developing other strategies to help.
Yep, we've got a great Medicare supplement process. We have a great annuity sale. We have a great flexible care benefit, long-term care presentation.
That's cool.
We drive a lot right across that life and health space with our tools.
It's crazy. What's the biggest, if there's someone out there that is wanting to sell more life insurance, they're trying, but they're struggling. I know a bunch of people that reach out and they're like, I've been doing this for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and I haven't made a sale yet. What's general advice, specific, whatever, advice that you would give to that person to immediately go make some money this week?
The very first thing I would do is you've got to reach out to the very best. You get in front of the right, like everybody needs a coach in life. And if you don't have a mentor or coach,
amen,
grab a hold of them, okay, because they can give you some tweaks and guidance. You got to be honest, put your ego to the side, and be willing to be coached, okay, because an uncoachable individual is going to struggle. Yeah. They're not willing to change, so you got to be willing to change. I'd say so. Training is the key. It absolutely is the key. And if you can train yourself and train your people and be willing to be open to new ideas, that's where the growth will come.
That's cool.
Because I'm assuming this person or people that are working really hard and haven't made a sale are still willing to work hard. I mean, I can't teach good work ethic. You either got it or you don't, right? A candy-ass effort's not going to create results, so you've got to get after it. But you got to have the right training. You got to do it the right way.
Big time.
So
that's good. It's you keep talking about. Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned that last time we were on the podcast too. Like, I've been thinking about mentorship a lot those last several months.
Yeah.
And part of the creation of Mentor Ready was because of this too. Like, because you mentioned one of the most powerful things you mentioned on the last podcast was you were reaching out to mentors early in your career, and how much that helped you, which is cool. It's really cool. And to give, I love that when people are successful and they're willing to give away credit, and just be like, if it wasn't for this person or learning this or doing this or reading this, shoot, I wouldn't be where I'm at. It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It speaks about your character.
Oh, thanks.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, if they want to learn more, what should they do? Where should they go?
InsuranceAgencyTraining.org. Start there. Go to the all package page. Take a look at what's there. If you want to dip your toe in the water, start with the basic package. Really, if you can't afford $60 a month, I don't know what you're doing in business, because we priced it so anybody can afford it. And then reach out, watch the trainings, get really good at it. Here's the thing that I would tell my wrestlers all the time. You can't master a move unless you repeat it over and over and over again. We got to get the muscle memory right in the marrow of our bones. So you can't just learn something once. You got to relearn it over and over and over again. So I would say get the training, watch it 5, 6, 10, 12 times, and then start trying it. If you just watch it once and try it, you're not going to have the same results as if you did it a dozen times and then you try it.
Yeah.
So that's the key right there. Repetition is what creates mastery. It will cement your ability, your skills grow by hearing the same thing over and over again. Don't be afraid of that. You don't always have to find new ideas. Take the 3, 4, 5 things that work and just master them and stick with them.
It's cool. It's amazing. Well, dude, thanks for all you're doing. Thanks for being willing to help, and just thanks for building stairs and buckets.
Hey, my pleasure.
Amazing.
I wanted to change the industry. You talk about 8% Nation being this, we have a lot of people that are failing, but the ones that stick with it are all millionaires. I'd like to change that. I'd like it be 92% Nation, not 8% Nation, and I think we can do it. I think we can do it together.
I do too.
Because what you're doing is fantastic, and I think what I'm doing is pretty good too.
Yeah. Kaboom and stairs and buckets equals dynamite.
Dynamite, absolutely.
He's got a great story for that you got to hear at some point soon, by the way. Come to an event, see Randy speak. You got a crazy story related to that.
How dynamite came to be. You bet.
That's right, man. That's right. Thanks for all you're doing. Thanks for being here.
You bet. Thanks.
Okay. Appreciate you guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Let us know what you thought. And maybe instead of adios from now on, I should start saying kaboom.